on to my lovely Pisces? So y'all have the World, Knight of Wands, King of Cups, Ace of Swords, the Moon, Hermit, Ace of Cups, Three of Wands, Five of Cups, and last but not least, the Ten of Swords. So what I'm seeing here for a lot of you Pisces is the World, the Knight of Wands, the King of Cups. A lot of you Pisces are just coming out here, continuing to date, single, ready to mingle. A lot of y'all are not really letting people get y'all down. The things that they may have said, a lot of you Pisces don't care about that because all of that stuff is water up underneath the bridge and it's already behind you. So the Ace of Swords and the Moon now is about, there's a certain level of selectiveness that a lot of you Pisces are going to have when you're taking. You're already doing it. The Ace of Swords is about how, that you're going to have to start low at first. How do I say? How do I say this? You Pisces know that there's some sort of difference or some sort of change that you need to make about yourselves. But the change that you need to make is by understanding that one of the changes that you need to make is you could be starting off a little bit too fast. And what I mean by that is slow down a minute, take your time, slow down a minute. Relationships, if you want to make them last, relationships should not be starting off hot and heavy, already peaking. A relationship should actually start off relatively low and then get higher as time goes on. The more that you discover about each other is the more desirable the two of you actually make yourselves out to be. So y'all hang out. It's nothing very special. That as time goes on, y'all continue to date, and then you and this person find out that there are something special about each other, and then the two of you get essentially the two of you derive even more desire for each other due to the fact that they find out something about you that they never discovered. So it's intriguing. It's interesting. It keeps the relationship going. That's why it is that everybody in their relationship should do something unpredictable. Unfortunately, what a lot of people will do, or what they'll think is unpredictable, is very low. They'll go ahead and they'll cheat. They'll go ahead and they'll do this. They'll go ahead and they'll do that. Okay, go to Las Vegas. I mean, seriously. If you haven't done that with your significant other, go to Las Vegas, go skydiving, go do that, get a motorcycle, something that spices it up, something that breaks the monotony of the whole thing, something that, get creative. And a relationship, a lot of times people are actually starting up here, and this is why the relationship ends up tailing off downward. They're not starting from here, right, which is the bottom, and then going up, and then now it's like, oh wow, and then maybe a little bit it may trail off a little bit, and then it spikes up. This is the secret as to how it is that people can keep themselves in relationships, right? People allow the boredom to destroy the relationship instead of spicing it up. That's your responsibility to spice it up. And I'm just giving you Pisces an understanding of how to actually better be in a relationship, how to be better off in one. The Hermit now represents, still trying to gain some more insight, right? Towards Ace of Cups, right? Which is still trying to understand how to be a better option, how to become better within yourselves. And the Hermit and the Ace of Cups represents, again, introspection. A lot of you Pisces are trying to gain insight as to what was going on, right? How can you Pisces become better, right? Better option, just an overall better, well-rounded more adapted individual, right? Or I should say an adaptable individual. The Ace of Cups, you want to become better at understanding a relationship as well. The Three of Wands represents, as a result, this is a situation for a lot of you where the Three of Wands is more so about how, but there is some difficulties, right? And the difficulties is you honestly having to learn to view past your current situation enough for you to understand it. Yes, it is possible for you to continue to get with somebody else, to continue on to potentially get with somebody else, of course. But like I said before, there's some obstacles there. The Five of Cups represents one of the obstacles is that a lot of you Pisces may be thinking about the past. And what it is that you should do with the past is you shouldn't have any kind of emotionality about the past, but you should look at the past like lessons. That's how come I can come on here and I could tell y'all about some stuff, is because a lot of that stuff I have not all, still doing the work on that. But a lot of that stuff I have learned to not look at emotionally, but I talk about those situations because I learned from those situations. They were life lessons that I learned from my mistakes, but I'm not looking at it from an emotional perspective. So as a result, the Ten of Swords now represents how one of the problems also is that you may think that that's it for you when it comes to love. You don't ever want to try ever again. You're drawing that from the Virgo element. You're drawing that from the Virgo axis. Because a lot of times when Virgo goes through a heartbreak, a lot of us go through that. You know, I've even gone through that a lot of times. But it's only up until recently, I want to say 2022. I'd say mid-2022, to be honest. Up until now is when I stop. I don't care even about that, because I one of the things that I realized is that I'm not afraid to get my heart broken. I'm not afraid to invest in somebody and then they turned out to be a total dud. It's just that for me, the situation for me is that it's just that I'm better off because I know what to look out for. So I'm not going to be out here in a particular situation where, again, I'm out here. I'm in a particular situation where it's something like I just don't know, and I lack, you know what I mean? Like I lack accountability or I lack common sense, and I don't have any kind of experience. If you don't have any kind of experience, then sure, you'll go for anything. But if you have some form of experience, then is it going to be harder for people to pull the wool over your eyes? Well, of course it is. You know, so a lot of you Pisces, you don't have to be afraid of even potentially going out there. Not saying that you Pisces are speaking to people now. Some of you might, some of you may not. But regardless of whether you are actively speaking to somebody or you're not, or speaking to others or you're not, either way it goes, you don't have to feel afraid. You don't have to perceive, you don't have to, right? Your perception doesn't have to be about you'll never find somebody or you don't even want to try. Because at the end of the day, you're going to do whatever it is that you want. So if you really don't want to, you don't have to. But just know that, again, heartbreak is a part of getting to know somebody. And you have to take into consideration this. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to, like if you're going to date, you have to take into consideration, like, I'm going to come across some individuals who are dysfunctional. You know, there's some individuals that I've come across who are dysfunctional. Guess what? Am I going to have to let go of them? Is it difficult? Well, sure. It's always, you know, I ain't gonna say it's always difficult, but sure, when you like somebody and they're being difficult, when it's like that, of course. Not all the time, but sometimes it would be. And it is what it is. But guess what? I have to move forward with this. And I'm speaking as a Pisces ascendant, mind you. So, and I'm not afraid to try again. Will I try again? I really don't know, to be honest with you. If I'm really being honest, I really don't know. So let's clarify the Ten of Swords. Let's clarify the Ten of Swords. Three of Swords, right. Two of Pentacles, Six of Wands, King of Wands, right. Three of Swords, Two of Pentacles. Just know that after the heartbreak, when you survive the heartbreak, there's always some form of substance there. Meaning what? And I'm not talking about that kind of substance. I'm talking about fulfilling a level of fulfillment. There's always some form of understanding that even though it is that you may have gotten your heart broken, people still, you still ended up having the better end of the deal, because it's better off you to be by yourselves, seriously, than it is for you to be with an individual who is dysfunctional. You know what I mean? And that you're exercising your own options, and that you're at the, this is New York on a Friday night. So New York on a Friday night is wild. So the Six of Wands and the King of Wands represents, so, but you're the one that's essentially controlling what happens to you in your life now. So now that you're sitting on your own throne, do what it is that you're gonna do. You know, whether it's talking to other people or not, you have to understand that you are sitting on your own throne. You control what happens to you. You control what happens to you. And what I mean by that, because you know how people need to put things in a context because they dilute it and they take things out of context. What I mean by that is that you have options, and you should understand that you don't have that, that you have options, and that one of your options is that you don't, that's why I said the word don't, but you don't have to interact with an individual who is treating you like trash. Is your options. You can either choose to be by yourself, right, with them, or speak to somebody else. So you have options, okay? We need to, cut this out acting like we don't have options. We definitely have options, but it's a matter of people who play games with you. They like to skew it and make it seem like you do not have options by limiting, quote unquote, your options, right? Or making it appear that you have limited options. So that's one of the games that people play, by the way, but that's pretty much it. As far as the future is concerned, right now, you Pisces need to work on the mindset of understanding that you have options, and that you're not being weak by exercising your options, whatever your options are. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna have y'all figure it out. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to make my YouTube channel grow to 10,000 subscribers by the end of June. Coming up on 6,900 subscribers. If not, we're already at 6,900 subscribers. Really appreciate y'all so much. Smash the subscribe button, smash that like button, hit the notification bell, set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos.